All right, gonna give a quick free game and just to help show that I'm not bulletproof on the work truck here. I finally got the starter. On there, and it's my fault. It's 100% my fault. I should have spent the money from the jump and just bought another Terminator X kit. So I have a stock computer. I don't do the flashes with HP tuners. And I'm sure some tuners on here, they're going to say, oh, I ain't never had no problems. Woo and third. Cool, well, fine, and then whatever. Okay. Their hours are not going to be like Holly hours. I don't care. I don't care what they say. Okay. What is this? This is not a paid advertisement. I'm telling you how to avoid problems. I got a computer flash from a guy. Okay. This truck ran before. I'm not sure how it got pulled out, or not even. I put it in, but I'm not even sure how it got put in. Anything could have came loose. Just anything could have came loose. Coming in or out. Or it could be something wrong with the computer. Computers can. I think people call them. They can bricks and malfunction. Flashing them. It happens. Okay, well, it can happen. A stock computer can crash quick. It just can. GM designed these computers, and then HP came behind them and made something to be able to program them. Okay, so computers can crash. It's just what it is. So I'm in a situation where this truck won't crank. I mean, honestly, it's peanuts to me. But if, let's say it's 12 o'clock at night, you get what I'm saying? And it's like, okay, your computer cooked. Like, where you don't even know where to start. Can you even get in touch with this person that flashed this computer? You get what I'm saying? Like, how are you going to find another stock computer? You get what I'm saying? So, in the situation like where I'm at, it's like, I wrote them. And it's like I hadn't heard anything back. So, I'm like, if I would have just bought the Terminator X, it's like I could just look at the handheld. It's like, well, you can buy HP tuners. I'm like, for what? You think I want to go around tuning people's cars? If you interested in tuning people's cars, HP tuners make sense for you. That's fine. If you want to get tied up in tuning people's cars. If you just want your stuff to run, Terminator X, Sniper EFI, Phytech, stuff like that, it's what you need. The stock computer stuff is problematic. When if somebody has HP tuners, because I got into this problem too. I got into a problem where I sent my computer off for somebody to tune it. And the same thing, whether it bricks, broke, whatever, I'm not sure. I couldn't take it to somebody else because it was going to cost me the full price again. Because they were going to have to unlock the computer for their computer. So, money to the good, spend the money and get an aftermarket EFI system. So, this is a LS1 and a 480E. And right now, I probably got in that computer, it's probably $250, if not $300. It's probably $200 in the computer, and the wiring harness could be a lot cleaner. It just can't be. The wiring harness can end up being a lot cleaner. So gonna get on top of that and get that kit ordered and get this, because I think it is a wait time on it. It is. I'm not sure how many weeks it is, but everything's backed up right now. So I'm gonna move some motors around, get it pushed out the shop, and I gotta get the Firebird in and also the side by side into the shop. But like I said, just so you know, once again, it's just life. Certain stuff happens, but that's my 2 cents. If you think about going fuel injected, simplicity wise, it's a lot simpler. That's all I can say. It's a lot simpler to run the Harley, the aftermarket EFI stuff. It just really is. I mean, like the dash that I have in this truck is not great anyways. Like I had my Avalanche, I ran the stock computer stuff, and that's different. It's a newer, nicer vehicle. But on something like this here, or even on a project car, That was my whole thing. That was my whole thing with it's crazy, man. This is about to get into a kicker, but I'm just gonna go ahead and tie it in. That's what was crazy with me about the guy. First off, man, it's so crazy. Yeah, it's hilarious to me. Hit me up about a $2,500 motor, and then don't buy from me because I'm serious about that, man. You can get whatever question you want to answer. If you shoot me some gas money, you can get whatever question, but don't hit me up about a $2,500 motor and then supposedly go spend $5,000, just to get a engine that was already built some crazy way from another guy. Then you have problems and come back to me and be asking me for some help. Don't do that, man. Don't do that. Ask whoever you got to build that motor. I can't help you. Don't come to me about a motor first. Go somewhere else and then come back over here when you have problems, asking me questions. I can't help you. I can't. I'm not doing that. Don't do that. Two is it don't make sense to me, man. Like I could go buy a 6.2 and a 480E. Get this Terminator X for $1,400. $1,400. Okay. I don't why in the hell would you go rebuild a 6.2 and change the reluctor wheel? I'm gonna tell you what to do, because this the kick about it. This the kick about it. Do I have both of them? I think I got both of them. I'm gonna show y'all something, man. I'm gonna show y'all something real quick, man. I'm gonna give y'all some free game. And this is the kicker. So this is the 58X tooth. Okay? That's the 58X tooth. Alright. This is the 24X tooth. Alright, clearly different. Okay? That's clearly different. Since I got everything in here, I'm gonna show y'all everything, man. Alright. I just keep these. This is how many big blocks I do. I just keep these. Alright. This is a standard rod bearing, okay? Where are you going with this, Tim? Those two reluctor wheels that I showed you cannot weigh the same thing. This is the kicker. They cannot weigh the same thing. Impossible. They do not gram out the same. When you get an engine balance, okay? When you get an engine balance, go tell a machine shop, yeah, I want to spin this motor up and get it balanced, but I don't want to give you no rod bearings. That's not gonna make a difference. Just balance it. They're gonna look at you like you crazy. So what I'm hearing is these people putting these motors together and they not rebalancing them. You saying they're gonna come apart? No, I'm not saying it's gonna come apart. I'm just saying it ain't right. Like, it can't be the same. I hadn't weighed them, but it can't be the same. It's no way they the same. You get what I'm saying? I'm not saying, oh, you're gonna get it to 5,500, it's gonna come apart, but I'm saying it's not as right as it should be. You get what it's not what I would want to buy. You get what I'm saying? It should be balanced. It just should be. It's no reason to pull that off. When I took a 24X block and made a 58X block. I bought a 58X crank because I saw the problems that you could end up having. And I'm sure it's going to be people that say they ain't had that problem. But before I would break down a 58X and start talking about pressing the reluctor wheel off of it and pressing it back on, even not balance it, now I got to buy, because it's all stretch bolts. Everything in the bottom end of these LSs are stretch bolts. All those bolts should be replaced. If those aren't replaced, that's wrong. I talked to a guy yesterday. I said, coming up between bolts and bearings, you're going to spend $1,000 getting good, legit stuff. You just are. It's part of it. That's the LS is expensive like that because all the bolts are stretch bolts. On the small block Chevy, big block Chevy stuff, you can reuse all those bolts. You can't do that with an LS. So buying good, legit ARP stuff, which is really the only way to go, in bearings, it's like you're going to spend close to $1,000. It's just like that's what it costs between gaskets, bearings. You're going to spend an extra $1,000. You could take $1,000 Dang. And you telling me all I need is another $400 and I could get a Terminator X kit? And then if I wanted to boost it, I'd be good to boost it. And then, I could kind of like tune it myself, or it was self-tune, and I can see exactly what's going on with my air-fuel ratio. That's what I'm saying. It doesn't make sense. My bad. That's just bolts, gaskets, and bearings. What you gonna pay somebody to break this motor down and put it back together? I'm like, these people can't think. They ain't got nothing to think with. I want to retain my factory ECU. Man, for what? You want to see the miles? You want to see the miles go up on the speedometer? You obviously trying to do one thing, and that's go fast. Like, clearly, it don't make sense to me, man. It don't make sense to me. That's what boggles me about that whole situation. Oh, I'm gonna change the reluctant wheel and change it back to this here. I'm like, nah, man. And then you still gotta extend it. Like, I mean, you still gotta splice that wire because it's not gonna reach. I'm like, I don't know why you would go through all that instead of buying a much. Nobody's gonna tell you that a factory ECU is better than a Terminator X. Not gonna happen, dude. Not gonna happen, man. It's not going. Nobody's gonna tell you that, man. So I say spend the money. I got lessons. If you've been following for a while, you understand I had the Monte Carlos SS. That was a lack of spending money. I bought that car back and didn't want to put any money into it. That was a lack of spending money. It's just no ifs, ands, or buts about it. And people thought the car was fast. The car was slow. To tell you the truth, I had timing issues on it. I did. Lack of patience, lack of spending money. Broke the axle multiple times between the Firebird and the Monte Carlos. Lack of spending money, man. The white car could have went a lot further. Not this white car, the first white car on 30s. Lack of knowledge, lack of spending the money. For real, because I end up getting sold the wrong parts. So it's like, trust me, when I'm telling you that $20, and I ain't boosting myself up. If you got somebody else to talk to them and listen. If you pay somebody $20 and you can get the right parts the first time, you are money ahead. Because I could have probably spent another $800, $1,000 max, and I could have got the right stuff. I could have got the right stuff, and could have talked to the person, and he could have told me what to get. And he might have told me what to get, And I might have not liked that price. I might have said I wanted to save $800 or $1,000. So I called Summit, and Summit told me it was a forged axle, and this is all I need. Woo, woo, woo in the third, and yeah, to the red I went. Drove all the way to South Carolina. I think I drove 7-8 hours, and because I had to go to Summit and pick up a fuel pump. And then once I actually got to South Carolina, I had to go to O'Reilly's and have the regulator. I bought another regulator shipped up there. It was going to be quicker. Put all that stuff on and go to the show. And I break an axle in the first burnout. So, yeah, spend the money. This video getting long. I'm going to wrap it up on this here. Man, if you get a big block, man, understand this here. You're going to break some stuff. That's what I told the dude that I sold the other one to, man. You're going to break some stuff. It's just part of it, man. If you get a big block and you put in anything besides a truck, you're going to break stuff, okay? The 7.5 and stock bell houses are pretty decent. They're pretty decent unless you're doing some serious racing. But as far as rims go and axles, a 7.5, you got to think behind a LT1 or even like a LS1, man. You probably talking, I'll spot you something and say 400. I'll say you make 400 torque and 400 horsepower. I'll spot you some. Man, you talking about a big block that's gonna make, and that torque is gonna come higher up in the RPM. You talking about you could be doing 500 at like 2,500 RPM with a big block, and so you could be rolling, and this motor is making, 450, 500. foot-pounds of torque, and then you just roll in it. That's a lot of pressure on those axles at such a low speed. You get what I'm saying? It's different if you stretching out with a LS, and let's say 4,000 RPM, you making 400 torque. And you're up, and now you're rolling. You're doing 50 miles per hour, and you step in it. That's not that much stress on the axle compared to, like I said, you rolling at 2,500 RPM, and you might be doing 15 miles per hour. You get what I'm saying? And you stomp off in it. That's a lot of pressure that hits an axle if it hooks. You get what I'm saying? And I don't know, driving a car that you used to. I went from having good axles to sorry axles, and I was in a situation to where if it spun, I was shifted. And with sorry axles, you're gonna break an axle. It's just that's what happens. You shift it the second it grabs, it breaks. I seen that because I tried it with a 7.5. I did a budget build on the white car that I got now. I did a budget build on it, and I broke 7.5 in the big block. Ain't gonna work. Let's just leave it at that. I tried it simply because I had disc brakes. Disc brakes will keep your axles from flying out. That's the only reason I tried it. If it wasn't disc brakes on that car, I never would have tried that. So know what you're buying as far as, I'm going to buy this big motor. If you're not ready to go into the rear end, you're wasting your time. That's my 2 cent kick on that. So ending it, getting too long.